सो हेलो गाइस, चलिए आज स्टार्ट करते हैं। बुक रीडिंग का दूसरा दिन है। डिफाइन हु एंड व्हाट यू आर नॉट। टेल मी, let me tell you on things. Let me tell you one things. When you walk the path of self-explorations, you will realize one things you are not easy, which is a good thing. But that is one of the key reasons why people give up on themselves. It becomes a lot more to handle than I sounds. When I started my self-exploration journey, I was overwhelmed and confused. I didn't know where to start. I am not a subject, and there wasn't any index that I could follow. After a lot of trials and errors, reading and and experimenting, I followed one piece of advice that helped me get started on my journey. The advice: if you cannot figure out who you are, figure out who you are not and who you didn't want to be. It's easier to know who you are not and what you never want to be than to start with who you are in the first place. When you make a list of who you are not and who you didn't want to be, you will get a sense of clarity about what you didn't like and why you didn't like certain things. It helps you get to know your choices, principles, and thinking patterns better. You can start by making a list of things you hate or are against, even if those things are well accepted in and alongside write or make a mental note of may you didn't like these things. टास्क में देखा जाता है तो टास्क से इट एज योर असाइनमेंट and sit down every day for 5 minutes alone with no क्या है disturbance around you. Let yourself be immersed in your personality. Write down one or two things that you think you didn't like about yourselves and then why you didn't like those things. It will help you to know your value, hence getting closer to yourselves a little. Not only that, you will also understand that you are not a follower and that you didn't accept every definition that been thrown at you. It will help you think independently without accepting the words definitions. Through, let me give you a warnings as you get to know more things that you are against, but the word accept didn't share those things with everyone. Yes, I am asking you to keep your opinions to yourself. Let people think you agree with them, and that not because you are a people's pleaser or you are afraid to voice your opinions, but because the world is full of clowns. Not everyone has one open mind to accept that differences of opinions can exist. Didn't go out there and screams your perceptions. Don't assume that people will agree with you. That the reasons most people just follow the crowd. They know if they voice their opinions, they will be kicked out. These fears is one of the reasons why most people are followers. Not things. Make sure you didn't make that mistakes. Give you opinions only when क्या है specifically asked. Otherwise keep your thoughts inside you. I do it all the times. I know what people are different from me. Their upbringing, upbringing, educational background, and experiences are different from mine. So it's obvious they wouldn't have similar opinions. I didn't judge them for their opinions, and I don't let anyone judge me for mine. Just because someone's opinions are different doesn't mean they are surprises. Maybe if you क्या है? Just because someone's opinions are different doesn't mean they are superiors. Maybe if you stay silent and listen to the other persons, you will get to discover a new perspectives. So go ahead and make a list of everything that you think you are not or what you never want to be. Well, sir, I was in college. Almost every other student used to drink. I never touch it even when my friends ask me to the list to the last try. Why? Because I knew I was not this and I never will be. If you compromise with your principles once, it will becomes your habits to cheat your principles and do what goals. I am not saying you should drink or should not. I am saying I never want to try it. So I stood my grounds. Now it's your turn to stand your grounds. That was the one reason I was often misjudged and left alone. I didn't want to just belong to some groups. I want to be with people who aligns with my values and principles. This is the things about knowing what you didn't want. Once you set the boundaries clearly for yourselves, you stop talking the garbage in. You stop taking the bar minimums from the people. You stop laughing at jokes that's even funny, and you stop saying yes to everything because now you now what you are not, what you didn't want, and what you will never be. It raises your standards. It make you feel that you are not here to catch to everyone's or adjust to everything. You simply learn to politely reject what you know you didn't want. It's that simple. There is no such thing as learning to stay no. All you need to do is learn to know what you didn't want. Set the standards high, and if people cannot match up to those standards for you, then they will automatically stay away from you. This is how you attract good people and stay away from toxic ones. Your eyes becomes blind to those who are toxic. In one simple glance, you can tell they don't align with your values.